Hello and welcome to Wallace Annenberg Stadium here in Los Angeles, California. It is UCLA taking on Grand Canyon in this CRAA D1A clash. Of course, the spring is soon upon us as the race towards the rankings and then the playoffs here in college rugby action. My name's Will Hooley. Thank you for joining us here live on the YouTube link, of course, brought to you by TVX Sports Video. TVX Sports have been doing this for 20 years, really plugged into giving you the best local, live, emerging sports. The great work that TVX Sports Video does, they are behind this production today for college rugby. So great to have you with us then here for this big game. UCLA coming off the back of a challenging game against Cal last week. We had that one here on TVX Sports. Grand Canyon, GCU, they had a narrow loss against BYU recently as well. So both these teams will be really looking to get back on track. Harry Bennett, of course, in charge of things with UCLA, and then Chris O'Brien with GCU too. Fantastic servants to rugby here in America. We take a quick look at the teams, and GCU, I want you to keep an eye in particular, number 10, Luke Neely. Really impressed by him, not just here in the 15 side of things. I've also seen him on the 7 side. Really quality operator at number 10. Aiden Castanon as well at fullback, just to pick a couple of names. So that's the Antelopes lining up our guests this afternoon on what is once again another warm, beautiful day in LA, the beautiful campus of UCLA. As for the Bruins, a few changes from that team against Cal, but also some really key operators. Max Griffiths at 9. And then the captain, keep an eye out, of course, for Mr. Jack Pargetta. He is a brilliant operator in the line out, talisman around the field, wearing number 4 for UCLA. So the players just coming forward on what will be the national anthem before we kick things off here in this D1A action. So there we go, the national anthem has been done. As this big game comes up, really important, of course, building into the context of the rankings. Yes, unbelievably, we are already past the start of February. Before we know it, we will be in the spring. There's nothing spring-like, though, about these conditions, as I've already mentioned. It is a beautiful day. It's pretty still in the air, not too much of a wind. At the Wallace Annenberg Stadium, fantastic facility on the UCLA campus, as Luke Neely will look to get us underway and start proceedings. So GCU playing from left to right, the Bruins playing, of course, from right to left in their infamous light blue jerseys, but as for this start, it's GCU get the ball back from the restart. Out to the edge they go, into the hands of number 11. That's Marcus Tazzoli. And again, another powerful runner. Watched him in the West Coast Sevens. Ability to run someone over and run round someone as well. So GCU keeping the ball alive, entering in the Bruins. 22, it's a great offload from Castanon. I told you to watch out for him, the fullback for the Antelopes. Come to this near side. It's Will Strandberg. Patience. Look round the breakdown, not quite held on there. Sniping effect from Gavin Olsen, but couldn't find his man, Maka, wearing 2 for GCU. But a bright start for the visitors here in California, even with the fumble. So the Bruins, who were coming off that loss against Cal last week, a really challenging game against arguably one of, if not the strongest opposition in the D1A conference, particularly here on the West Coast. Griffiths gets the ball into the scrum. Solid kick downfield from the Bruins, and it gets into the half of GCU. Castanon flings it out wide there as Neely just looks, sees what options he's got in front of him. He goes high, hanging kick into the blue sky. But it looked like Tazzoli had just knocked it on. So 2 great programs going up against each other. The Bruins with another home game here at the beautiful Wallace Annenberg Stadium. As Max Griffiths, the scrum half, looks to put the ball in. Hearing from the thoughts of head coach Harry Bennett. And what he loves about Griffiths is he's such a competitor, he says. Great kicking game, but he's also elusive. And you see that with a bit of space that he can get the scrum half. If he can get away from players, he can move, he can shift. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the ball away, though, from that scrum. So that is where it was knocked on. And an easy chance now for GCU just to mount an attack from the set piece. So Bruins just putting a bit of pressure on themselves. Just couldn't quite dig it out there, Griffiths, from the scrum. Just when I was talking about as well. Maybe it's the commentator's curse. Olsen will put the ball in. To the scrum here. As I mentioned earlier, against BYU, heartache, literally at the end of the game. Just losing out. Actually took the lead in the 79th minute. Can you believe it? But in the extra time, the Cougars, BYU, got a final try. Anyway, we're now back into it. Scrum just taking its time as to get ready. As Olsen will put this ball in for GCU. They will look to try and make amends after that loss against the Cougars the other week. Coming into the midfield, big carry up the middle. Linking up is Jackson and then to Gray. The outside centre coming forward. Penalty advantage for GCU. And an opportunity to put some points on the board. Neely having a conversation as to what they will do here, but instead they decide they're confident. They've come here to Los Angeles to play. And the kick in towards the corner, still about 10 meters out. Definitely an aspect of the game where for any kicker, you want to try and be getting it as close as you can to that 5 meter line, just giving that forward platform the option, or the position, I should say, to get that ball over the line a little bit easier, a little bit closer to the try line from a maul, a pushover try. Maybe they will still set up the drive here from this line out as Maka gets the ball in right to the back is Mercer. It's a really good set piece so far for Chris O'Brien's GCU team. Moving forward, but brought to floor legally by the Bruins. Looks like Pargetta's at the bottom of that. Caston whips it out to Neely. He's in the outside channel. Great fizzing ball out wide. Now Gray, can he get the ball away? He does. And then it's another pass out this time to the winger Becker. Camille Becker has opened proceedings up for GCU in what's been a fantastic start for the visitors. And our first try of the game. Great wide passing. Interesting to see Luke Neely in that outside channel. Gray keeps the ball alive. Back to Neely, the number 10. And eventually it's a 2-on-1. Becker gets in the corner, and a brilliant first score by the GCU Antelopes here on the Bruins campus. Not the start maybe that Harry Bennett and his side would have wanted. But at the same time, you've got to give credit to GCU as they score that first try. It's Zoli who's going to try and make it an extra 2 points. He's going to hurry up with this. The T was a little bit late onto the field. Marcus Dezzoli gives it a good swing. It looks like it's coming round. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Maybe. I didn't think he's taken it a long way back outside of the 22. Backed his distance, but many times you see the ball hit the crossbar. Unfortunately for him, it prevents GCU from gathering an extra couple of points. But they still have that first try. They are 5 points to 0 up here. D1A action from the Wallace Annenberg Stadium on the UCLA campus. As they take their time to restart then. Long kick downfield, asking GCU and Luke Neely to see what he can do with his left foot. And he kicks it out on the full. So finally we have an attack for the Bruins, and Bruins, of course, it's not just Harry Bennett, but the brilliant Todd Thornley, formerly CWU head coach. Fortunate with the things that happen with CWU program, but what a brilliant addition as assistant forwards coach with UCLA. He's also part of California Legion in Major League Rugby. But he won't be that happy with that setup from the line out as the Bruins gift the ball away. And that's a lovely flat pass. And Tezzoli's gone. Handing off one, offload the other. It's a 2-on-1. Can Gray use? Yes, he used Becker. And that's a brilliant try. Second try for Becker, second try for GCU. And inside the first 10 minutes, the visitors have taken a bit of control in this game. Wonderful score. Came off the back of that line out, disrupted line out. It was UCLA ball to begin with. It's that flat ball from Neely, lovely to see, and Tezzoli just goes, show and go, hands off one, manages to get his arms free. That's the key bit of skill there. And as Gray just links up with his winger, his right winger, Camille Becker, wonderful score from GCU. Talk about turning defense into an attack. The transition work from GCU was phenomenal. Tezzoli now for the extra 2. He hit the crossbar on the first attempt. This one is gonna slide right. GCU 2 tries, no conversion, so it's 10 points to nothing. UCLA haven't really had an attack in this first opening 10 minutes.
Let's go, Bruins! Let's go, Bruins!
Wanted to see the likes of someone like a Caden Hartley come alive. 13 for the Bruins. Sam Reed, of course, the fullback. So far, they have not even touched the ball in this opening exchanges of the first half. Another long kick, restart kick down the throat of the GCU player as they this time run it back. Big number 12, Lachlan Jackson. GCU are filled with confidence, and there's a lot of space on this edge. Gray gets it away to the try scorer, the double try scorer, Becker. Neely and Castanon are just rotating the first receiver position, and number 15 and number 10 more than happy to swap around. GCU get inside the Bruins half. It's a bit of a speculative pass. This play on, and we're going to come back though for what looked like a knock-on or a forward pass. It's given us a knock-on by the referee, so GCU good. Initial attack to come outside of their half. And Luke Neely and Aidan Castanon are floating around nicely, getting the ball moving in the back line, finding some space on those outside channels. So the Bruins keeping their defense relatively tight, but GCU are finding a little bit of success in those wide channels. Hopefully now for the Bruins and for Harry Bennett's men, they can find an attack. Get some phases together. As mentioned already, all these games are so important as push towards March, the rankings, the playoffs. CRAA D1A action is never been more competitive. Fantastic to see college rugby continue to grow. Big carry coming in the midfield as they now set up the box kick. Max Griffith sticks it high up in the air, asking his winger to go after it. Jet bunch. Just working out who that last came off. It's going to be a Bruins line out for the Chilean, Simon Vienna. Can play across the front row. Fantastic to see the man from Chile throwing the ball into that line. Getting very much involved now as we get to see the Bruins finally on the attack, coming through the middle, and a bit of power. Wearing 6, Austin Diaz. Griffith picks the ball up, but yeah, offside position from Cooper. Cooper Sess, the open side flanker of GCU, committing that penalty. So Griffith decides that he's going to go for the corner. It gets it inside the 22 for UCLA. No doubt want to use the big man in Jack Pajeda. Big shoes to fill. Will Sherman, of course, from last year. He was Major League Rugby's first-round draft pick in the 2025 MLR draft. He's also just been selected for the USA Eagles February camp happening in Chula Vista in the week that has just been. Great to see Sherman already catching the eye of Scott Lawrence, the USA Eagles head coach. Now the Bruins on the attack. Griffiths gets it away. Big carry coming through the middle. Just coming round the corner, staying patient, the Bruins. Finally into the hands of White, the White playing 10 today. Latimer, the fly half from last week, having that shoulder injury early in that game against Cal, so that's why he's not available. Pajeda now wearing those yellow boots. Sorry, now it's Pajeda. That was beforehand Liam Hill, the second row pairing, getting a couple of early carries in to the space play from the Bruins. Staying patient. Billy Coons pulls it out the back. Some nice interplay going on, and now they try and move it to the edge. Big tackle coming in on Tristan Gutman, and he keeps hold of the ball out the back. Good connection between the paws. Bo White, the fly half, now has a free ball to play with. Bruins to the outside channel. It's a lovely little pick and offload from Freddie Jobber. Pajeda out the back, Oh, it's not held on, but it's going to come back for the penalty advantage. GCU definitely coming up with that line speed, trying to put the Bruins under pressure. Such a important defensive ploy. Try and put that attack, the skills under pressure, so you can make that pass a little bit harder, the potential for a drop ball. But at the same time, the Bruins just building phases, linking up between the forwards and backs. It's good to see. As mentioned, Pajeda and Liam Hill, two big frames in the second row. The captain, Pajeda, from the Royal Grammar School in England. Second year. He's either been captain or co-captain, as his head coach has been very impressive. Great leader in the side. Goes though to Pajeda now as it get over the line. It's a drive and it goes over. That's the score. Freddie Jobber gets over. And UCLA finally mount proper attack, build the phases, get the penalty. They kick it into the corner. And that was just how they would want to have worked. Great score by the Bruins. Get the ball into Jack Pajeda and they just work off it. Really nicely set up, getting the ball to the back, still moving forward. And in terms for GCU, pretty disappointing. It wasn't much of a contest. But I imagine for forwards coach, assistant coach for the Bruins, Todd Thornley, will be delighted with the setup from his pack of forwards. And the try looked like Freddie Jobber wearing the 8 jersey was the man over the line. Kick is just short there. From Sam Reed. So GCU 10, UCLA 5. Bruins getting a bit of confidence back into this match in the opening 20 minutes. Reminder that GCU were the opening 2 tries for our game today. Camille Becker on that right wing wearing 14, being the try scorer. Both for GCU tries, as we've got a man down here for the Bruins. Freddie Jobber, like Pajeda, from the UK, from England. He went to Tunbridge School. All-American last year as a freshman. So for his second year, he is no doubt wanting to have a big presence. The number 8 try scorer for UCLA today. Like potentially whether it might be a head injury assessment or whether he's coming off the pitch. No, it's not to be. That is Castruta. Once a Long Beach Poly starting QB. There you go. First year of rugby, I'm told, from Harry Bennett, which is exceptional to hear how well he's doing, slotting in as well to the front row, and he stays on the field, which is great for him and hopefully great for the Bruins. Not so great was that restart, as now GCU take the ball from it, and it's Big Macca with the attack now. Carries Strattenberg. Will Strattenberg launches forward. Castanon whips it out. Neely getting it to the centres. That's number 12. In Lachlan Jackson, who just shifts his way back inside. Long, wide pass. 2 passes and pretty up to the other side of the field. Zoli beats one. Powerful left winger. Olsen whips it away. Needham. Again, Castanon operating first receiver. They go down the blind side. Excellent hands from Gray, the 13. Here comes from Dylan Mercer, but he offloads it and doesn't get it quite away, but it's going to come back for a penalty advantage. So far, when GCU have had the attack, they've looked threatening, and they are definitely here to play to the width. Operating between that 10 and 15. Already mentioned Luke Neely, a fly half, and then the fullback, Aidan Castanon. As for the Bruins, leaving quite a lot of space out there. No doubt, probably a tactic, a defensive tactic, but at the same time, GCU seem to be getting the go forward. They have the penalty to kick it into the 22 now for Maka to put into the lineup. Challenge at the lineup, but it goes back to the side of GCU. The Antelopes now get inside once more, the 22 of the Bruins. Castanon whips it wide to Neely. That is working so well. Now, Luke Neely keeps hold of the ball. Good tackle coming in at the edge. Carey comes forward now from Strandberg. The big prop forward, finding space, then is Castanon. Just about to say how the forwards are finding good momentum, and it's now maybe down to the forwards to get over the line for GCU. Patient work, they're only about a metre out. Can they get it down? Yes, they do. Excellent patience near the line. It was Aidan Castanon who went with the dummy and got through the half gap, and the forwards then just came alive. Looked like the try scorer was Keaton Drager. Just getting over the line there, the big number 4 for GCU. That's their 3rd try in this match. And if there's any traveling stiff legs, sore legs, well, they flushed that out. They have started this game so well, the visitors. Neely takes the kick, and that one is good. So 17 points to 5. GCU lead in this opening 22 minutes here in this first half.
Let's go, Bruins! Come on, boys!
Sam Reed's gonna stick this then in the air for another restart. Interesting to see whether GCU decide to run this out or kick this out, because their running game so far has been very effective. Castanon gives it to Neely, and that gives the chance for the Bruins to get a line out going and get some phases going. I actually could hear Harry Bennett saying that's a win, so maybe that's the tactic, to try and kick the restart long and see if they can win a line out inside GCU half. They have done, and they've got the ball into Pajetta again. He's the go-to man, but the link-up play wasn't to be. It looked like Harry Clough there just knocking the ball on. So when one thing goes to plan, another thing doesn't for the Bruins. And you can hear, see a bit of frustration there from the open side flanker. Maybe just slightly overran his run there, Harry Clough, the Australian. Australian actually USA eligible as well. Was involved in the USA under-20s camps. He wants to try and make that World under-20s championship coming up in the summer, the 7 for UCLA. So penalty at the scrum, pressure coming on, and the knee was dropped. So that's why Luke Neely has the chance to take this ball and stick it inside the UCLA half, which he does. It's a good touch find, territory gain for GCU. So the Bruins just lacking that little bit of connection from that last line out. Can they disrupt this GCU ball? They go with a short option, line out to the back, and it's found into the hands of this midfield in the runner, Lachlan Jackson. Good defensive work, though, from the Bruins, and they get the turnover, and Griffiths sees space. This could be an excellent kick. Oh, it just bounces up. That rolls out. That would have been a 50-22. Luke Neely makes that look easy, but kicks it straight out of the full. So it will be a line-up back from where the fly half for GCU kicked it to a good territory gain from the Bruins. And Max Griffiths, as I've mentioned, I've seen him light up the attack on the 7 circuit when he has space, but he's also a very good operative when he's kicking. And that was a good box kick from the scrum half off the transition. Ball comes in then to the back, and finally the connection. Just about to say, when that connection looked like it was working this time, the referee gets in the way. So that's why we have a scrum, a reset to the match. Referees to do a great job. Here, you've got to have referees to have a game. Whilst the rugby playing grows, it's also the ambition to have the refereeing grow in this country as well. Griffiths then. Scrum half about to put the ball in. Reset. Bruins now with the attack. Playing flat to the line. Great little ball out the back, but it's just knocked forward though by Joe Lambert. And now the kick is being hacked downfield. It's pressure on the Bruins. Great tackle from Tozzoli. Crushed though with a kick. It's pretty successful. It gets away, and Coleman, Olsen, sorry, scrum half with the ball. So just like that, when the Bruins had a scrum nearly inside the GCU half, they now find themselves defending their own 22 as Backer. Big shot coming in there. Castellan whips it out. This time it doesn't find Gray, and it's going to be a knock forward. So Bruins, it was a lovely looking play, what they were trying to do off that last scrum. Taken flat to the line by Bo White, the fly half, pulling it out the back to his winger. Actually not holding on to it, Bo White, good to see him playing today. Described by Harry Bennett as Mr. Reliable and Mr. Fix-It. Important player for the Bruins, both at number 10 but also at number 12. Really strong presence that he has from Sydney, Australia. The fly half for UCLA is Robert gets it away from base of that scrum. Griffiths looks like he's going to put boot to ball, not wanting to play too much rugby inside their own half, the Bruins. High kick into the air. Well chased. Very well chased. Excellent work. Talk about a kick is only as good as its chase, and that was exactly that from the Bruins. Excellent work as now put the pressure on, and referee deemed that actually came off a Bruins player right at the end, which I thought was a bit harsh, but it doesn't matter. Liam Hill wins it back, and now the counter-attack is on. The transition is clean as it comes to this near side. Griffiths whips it away, out the back to Bo White. Trying to link the two pods together. Just need to hold on to it though. White manages to fall on the ball, so they keep it alive. Big carry, big tackle coming in on Harry Clough. Jetta carries forward. Griffiths trying to speed the play up as the GCU defence still tries to get some line speed off the line. Out the back, and it's nearly picked. Now the Bruins still maintain the ball. Nearly picked off though and intercepted from the pass. Magena gets to go forward again. He's the go-to man. It's the Bruins. It's scrappy, but they are looking to try and build this. This referee says he's going to come back for that knock-on on that attempted intercept. And GCU trying to get off that line, whilst clearly the Bruins linking those two forward pods together. Bo White sitting out the back of those forward pods, but at some point,
Let's go, Bruins!
GCU risking it to predict that it's going out the back, and that is where they nearly got the intercept. It was from the number 8, Vince, the key free of GCU. He would have gone probably all the way. Scrum for the Bruins, inside then. It's outside, I should say, the 22. And it's a midfield scrum. Brilliant time to set up an attack. Going left or right. Really want to see Caden Hartley, Sam Reed come into this game. Can't speak highly of them. Caden Hartley, when he did get the ball last week against a very strong Cal side, he still opened them up. Brilliant assist for one of their tries in the first half last week. Referee just stopping play, and maybe a chance for a bit of a hydration break for the players. It is warm out there. It's in the 80s once more in Southern California. For any of those East Coasters tuning in, any alumni out there, sorry to rub it in. This is why we like to say West Coast is best coast. It's February, it's beautiful. So GCU leading 17 points to 5. There's just under 8 minutes remaining in this first half of this D1A CRAA action, brought to you by TVX Sports Video with myself, Will Hooley. With us for college rugby action, and great to have these games streamed live for you, or if you do tune in later, welcome. Where have you been? Should have been watching this from the off, as we've had some great tries so far. 4 of them, 3 from GCU, 1 from UCLA. And UCLA have this fantastic position on the field, just outside the 22. It's scrum in the midfield. Griffiths to put the ball in. Will he go right? Will he go left? Big solid base from Valentino Castruta. Being talked to there by the referee, wearing 1 for UCLA. Incredible, really, that he's only been playing his first year of rugby, and yet he's in the front row. Loving it. Here we go then. Griffiths gets it in, he gets it out. Good little play out to this left-hand side. As now UCLA inside the GCU 22. When they've been inside the 22, they come away with points. So, can they continue that success? Big carry coming forward from Austin Diaz. But the turnover is good from GCU. And it's that big number 5, Dylan Mercer.
Come on, Bruins! Let's go, boys!
She might have been Billy Coons who took that ball in. Clear-out wasn't successful. Good defensive work from GCU. And you're thinking, if you're Chris O'Brien, head coach for this GCU outfit, pretty impressed so far in this opening first half. Still hurting, no doubt, in that BYU match. Just getting picked off right at the end. What would have been a fantastic win against the Cougars. Not to be, though, but here, trying to make amends, is now Castanon slipping in to that first receiver, wearing 15 but standing at fly half. Now gets it away to the fly half. That's Luke Neely, the left footer, so kicks it downfield to Sam Reed. Puts it high into the Los Angeles sky, taken well by Olsen. Castanon, hands off Reed, comes back to him. Counter ruck is deemed illegal, coming in from the side. And it's just an easy opportunity for GCU to get out of their half. Disappointing penalty, no doubt someone like Harry Bennett will not like to see any easy outs when they have the pressure on GCU. Kept in brilliantly from Griffiths. Kicks it back down into the GCU half, being to Castanon. He kicks it downfield. White makes it all the way to the 22 with his kick. He finds his opposite fly half. Now Griffiths. Surely want to try and mount an attack now as they get inside the half of GCU with Austin Diaz. Carrying through the middle. It's a great little pass as well as the Bruins on the front foot. White flings it out wide. It's a step inside. Great bend from Freddie Jobber as he's now making his way into the 22. Ball leaks out the side of that breakdown, but it's a high tackle and it comes back for a penalty. And hopefully for the Bruins, Freddie Jobber's okay. Excellent little gap found in the midfield, the link up. Positive signs from the Bruins. As we have a look now, that's a fantastic late ball from Bo White. All people, Billy Coons, the ability for the big man just to get through the gap and then find the pass. This is Jobber on the attack. Tazzoli with the tackle, that was slightly high, so that's why it will be back for a penalty for the Bruins. But the link-up play there working really well, and Bo White, when he gets on that front foot and he plays flat, that's when you can see the Bruins really coming alive, picking the holes, picking the men who run those lines into the holes. Linking up between the forwards and backs for UCLA, far better in that attack. So we're closing out on what will be probably one of the last passages of play of this first half. GCU looks as though the Bruins are going to kick this ball and go for it. Just seeing what the decision is and just checking on the former Tunbridge School, sorry. Number 8, the All-American, Freddie Jobber. Looks like he's in a fair bit of pain, which is not good for the Bruins, number 8. As Harry Bennett has said to me how they really expecting Freddie to have a big second year, but that is not what you want to see as he leaves the field with what looks like a bit of a shoulder issue. So poor Bruins certainly are feeling the effects of injuries from last week, and then it continues this week as well. Substitute having to be made. Jobber leaves the field. So Griffith sticks the ball 5 meters out. This will be probably one of the last, or if not the last, play inside this first half. 5 meters out. Successful maul try in the first of the Bruins scores today. It doesn't link up with the line out, but great work from Pajeda to get the ball, the loose ball. As it goes to line, it's Clough who just knocks it forward. Holds his hand up in the air. Harry Clough. Bruins, that's slightly disappointing. Big chance to get another score on the board before the end of this first half. Gavin Olsen then will put this in. Understandably trying to run down the clock. I'm sure GCU would just want to try and get out of this first half with the scoreboard as it is. Neely. Kicks it off, but we still have time for a line out for the Bruins. Just outside the GCU 22. The last line out didn't quite go to hand, but their first score in this game did come from a line-out driving maul. So, ball comes in, does well, finds Liam Hill.
Offside, sir!
Crying out offside, you can hear some of the Bruins fans. Pajeda, he's probably got through double digits for carries so far. Good pass out wide. Ben Hartley's in this game, 13, as he floats it away. Strong carry. GCU putting a lot of pressure on that breakdown. Out the back to White. Fizzes it to Vienna, and that's going to go forward again. Kind of been a bit of a story of this first half for the Bruins. When they've mounted a bit of pressure, they just haven't quite followed through and the successes which no doubt they would want. Drop balls, knock-ons, unfortunately breaking down their attack and unfortunately preventing them from putting any extra points on the scoreboard for them in this first half. And penalty given from the referee. Maybe slightly harsh there, with both teams didn't look very set at that scrum, but nonetheless, it's GCU who have the benefit as they have this penalty. And a reminder, if the ball does go out, they will still have the line out, but it doesn't. As maybe now, it's another chance for the Bruins to try and get something before the end of the first half. Big carry from the captain, Jack Pajeda. Times have I said that so far? He's been at the forefront of pretty much everything inside the GCU half. Carry from Diaz. Again, pulling out the back to White. Pajeda, carry number 832 inside this first half. As now Bruins slowly get their way inside the half of GCU. Griffiths gets the ball away. Pajeda this time goes out the back. Hard carry from Liam Hill. Much better now from the Bruins. Quicker ball. Oh, White whips it out to Diaz. Holds it nicely for his inside centre. Gutman. 6 meters out. This has been where the Bruins have been before, but have either knocked it forward or given it up. Can they maintain the ball? It's a free ball. Penalty advantage for UCLA. Close to the line, and it's a score! A big try coming in from the replacement. And you can hear the roar from the crowd. for UCLA's confidence going into the first half.
Hey, come! Ready! Ready! Ready!
Fantastic work in the end. I think wearing that's the number 21 jersey, Seamus Jordan. UCLA fans love that. Sam Reed then will look to add the extra 2 to make it a 17-12 game. He does. And that is the end of the first half. So credit to the Bruins for fighting back in the last few minutes. GCU, though, had a brilliant start to this game. 2 scores coming in the first 2 minutes before UCLA could then respond. And then GCU with another try, their 3rd try of the game, gave them 17 points. That last one converted for them, with UCLA finally scoring in that last passage of the first half. So we have a GCU 17, UCLA 12 here, first half action. Wallace Annenberg Stadium here on TVX Sports Video. Myself, Will Hooley. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere too far because we'll be back for the second half. You don't want to miss it. Well, welcome back then to this college rugby action. It's the CRAA D1A matchup here at Wallace Annenberg Stadium in Los Angeles, California, as UCLA hosts GCU. GCU leading 17 points to 12 here on TVX Sports Video. Great to have them doing the production for us today. Myself, Will Hooley. Honored to be calling this one in what is a really important game for both programs. GCU coming off that last moment loss against the BYU Cougars. Meanwhile, UCLA coming off a hard game against Cal. Of course, Cal, the D1A reigning champions. Here we go then with GCU. It's Gray on the attack. Also just had some communication that, apologies for earlier, that it's UCLA's number 3 is Ozzy Ross, not Billy Coons. Which to Ozzy Ross and his family, he's been going very well. So I should have known, but I didn't. Apologies of what was the team sheet in front of me. But anyway, now Ozzy Ross and his UCLA Bruins have some work to do in this first half, but they did score the last try of the game, and it was actually that man wearing the 22-21 jersey, the replacement for Freddie Jobber, who had to leave the field, Oscar Seamus Jordan. What a great turnover. What an impact he's had. Kick goes into the corner. So now, what a way for the Bruins to finish off that first half, and now they get the opportunity to open up this second half. But potentially the first score. Ball comes in, finding Liam Hill. Big number 5 as now the ball goes rumbling over. Not quite over the line though. The captain, Ojeda, close, very close. If it goes left, there's pretty much a 2-on-1. They keep it close to the line. And it is forward in the breakdown. There was a bit of indecision. Indecision from the Bruins. And those small errors, that has been at times let them down this afternoon. So that's why GCU have to put into this scrum, as they had a brilliant opening first 10 minutes. And the scrum for them so far has been working well. Pats on the back go to Dane Needham and Will Strandberg. Really impressive, the big number 3 for GCU. He's carried well around the pitch. He's also scrummed well at set piece. It's that platform that Chris O'Brien will be delighted about with his GCU men this afternoon here in Los Angeles. Maka will put the ball into the shortened line now, but it's turned over by Jack Ojeda. He's had a couple already in this game, the captain, and he's had a million carries as well. Here we go then with the Bruins, mounting an attack. Ball just squeezes out of that breakdown, but Griffiths gets it away into some space. Diaz playing with that formation of holding one of the back rows in the wide channel, so hopefully someone like Diaz can get a matchup, can get a good go-forward carry. A few little afters there. Marcus Tozzoli not happy about something. It's a penalty to the Bruins. Griffiths puts this ball close to GCU line. Good line out this time for the Bruins as they try and get that go forward. Still going forward, not wanting to get held up. Seamus Jordan was involved in that once more. Talk about an impact substitute. He's given that plenty. Now close to the line. It's a good carry from Ross. Another big carry coming in from around the corner. Oh, it's reached out and it's a score. An excellent score to get on the board. Opening up this second half, the UCLA Bruins have a try, leveling things up with a conversion to come. It's the replacement at hooker, Castrovonc, Christian Castrovonc, who gets over. As we take another look, hard carry around the corner, head down, keeps his legs pumping. It's that reach with his right hand, just getting the ball over the line. The referee sees it right in front of him, and it's UCLA's third try. Sam Reed, if he gets this, give the Bruins their first lead they've had in this game, and it's off the upright. No good. No extra points. Disappointing. But nonetheless, it is now an even game, 17 points apiece. As GCU will kick off, restart this game. McNeely with his left foot goes short. It's a very good kick. It's one back. And that looks like Camille Becker. 2 tries so far in this game so far. The right winger for GCU. Good defense from the Bruins to hold this up. Still comes back for the Antelopes. Out the back, Castanon flings it up to Neely. O'Neely gets away from one, but well brought down from Sam Reed, the fullback for the Bruins. Chop is the cry from the sidelines. UCLA need to make their tackles as Castanon and GCU mount this attack. This goes behind. Napa trying to find his player, but the ball went forward and it will be a scrum to UCLA. Gotta say though, every time GCU have got an attack going, it has continually gone forward. And the wide channels is where it's really killing UCLA. Knocking the ball forward there, giving up the turnover, but so far, when they've had possession, when they've held on to the ball, they've looked very threatening, GCU. As Griffiths gets the ball in, and I tell you the other threatening thing has been the GCU scrum. Referee is going to reset this. Very much go forward and strong from the Antelopes. I wonder what the decision of the referee is going to reset it. Maybe the Bruins slightly fortunate with that to be penalised at the scrum, but it will be a reset and it will still be Max Griffiths putting this ball in. Griffiths into the scrum as now GCU are defending the Bruins as they come outside of their 22. Big kick and big collision as well. And the referee is going to say something about that. As this is where you can see it matters, as a late shot going into Bo White. Referee trying to take a bit of a stance here as and the fly half is okay. We'll wait to hear what happens, but will look like a kick from Bo White. This is the collision there. Vince McKeefery, the number 8, trying to charge it down, probably got his timing slightly wrong, and in the end makes the collision with Bo White. But you can see, like, this game matters for both teams. They don't want to give a backward step. And it looks as though a yellow card has been given. You can see in the top of your picture, that's the number 8, Vince McKeefery, who's gone off the field. So a yellow card given for the late challenge. I imagine the option, or they should have the option, to have a penalty from where the ball was kicked to, because it was a penalty coming from the kick itself. And here we go. That's why we're marching all the way into the GCU park. Even though that late tackle was made on the kicker inside the UCLA 22, because of the penalty coming from that offence and the kick got away, the advantage for UCLA is this territory gain from the ill discipline of GCU's number 8, Vince McKeefery. It'll be a big loss. He's had a big impact so far on this afternoon. So, Griffiths, he'll want to get this ball in and get the ball out. Definitely had the upper hand in this scrum. I know GCU are down a man, but so far the front row of GCU have been powerful. Griffiths does get it away to Bo White. He's now using a lovely little kick option. That sits up, which it does. And that's very good defence from Tozzoli, who makes a big tackle. Joe Lambert. Smart play, though, from the Bruins attack. There was the right option to do the kick. Just maybe would have loved to have sit up a little bit earlier, gave GCU the chance to drift in the defense and then make that tackle on the edge. There is no better defender in rugby than the sideline. And that's what they managed to do. GCU get the player out of play. So they get the ball back on the line out to get going this attack. Big go forward now for GCU, as we have seen a couple of replacements come onto the field. Olsen to Neely, those are two players that have been very much part of this full game so far, the 9 and 10 of GCU. Good little kick, well put under pressure by GCU. Counter-attack, counter-ruck, sorry, is no good, comes from an offside position. So you wonder what's maybe been said at half-time from Harry Bennett to this UCLA side. Rugby is a game of momentum, shifts and changes, and definitely with that last try at the end of the first half was a great momentum shift for the Bruins, who have started the first half off pretty well, getting that try, not converted though. But that first try here in the second half means it is a even game as the ball comes in. Doesn't quite find the lifting man, but in Seamus Jordan, the replacement, I don't think he's done anything wrong. He has been everywhere. Try scoring that first half as well. Ball goes up, high hanging kick, and it comes back towards the Bruins. Well picked up there from Gutman, the 12. Liam Hill. And it's going to come back for the knock-on. Yeah, an illegal clear-out there from UCLA, so that's why it will come back to the knock-on. It looks like that was the reason why it came back to the knock-on. Might be wrong on that, but still, Bruins will keep hold of the ball. And a reminder as well that GCU do have a player in the sin bin. That will be 10 minutes, and it's to the number 8, Vince McKeefery, so that is why GCU are down a player, and they're down a player in the forwards. Although still that scrum has been powerful from Needham, Macker and Strandberg. The front row of GCU have been excellent this afternoon. Griffiths gets the ball in and he gets it out. Bo White plays flat at the line with his centre, Tristan Gutman. Ball goes behind. This is Caden Hartley. A little grubber play showing all his skills earlier in the last attack. Hill. Trying to give the Bruins some go forward. Pajeda. 2 second rows for UCLA have got through a mountain of work. GCU bring that line speed, pushing this UCLA attack back in this passage of play. Seamus Jordan. He manages to go and get a little bit of go forward. GCU player on the wrong side, not rolling away in the tackle. So UCLA have this penalty as Griffith eyes up what might be an option here. There's potential for 3 points. That would take the lead, but it looks as though we might be having a drinks break as a player is down for GCU. So UCLA really trying to build themselves into this second half, and we've seen a couple of kicking options as well by them. Lovely little play. This is Caden Hartley, just the grubber, changing the attack. Good defense in the end from Tazzoli, but also then the box kick, high hanging box kick. You just wonder with the kicking, it's an attacking weapon if it's done correctly, if it's chased properly. And a bit of success so far in the second half that the Bruins have found with it. Time's back on then. Here, penalty for the Bruins as Max Griffiths will look to get this ball out of play, which he does, and he finds also a bit of territory inside now, the GCU half. Simon Vienna will put this in, the Chilean. Just about gets back onto the side of the Bruins. Carry forward now as they come round the corner. Bo White steps up, finds Gutman. As UCU try and hold this ball up, which looks like they are pretty successful with it. UCLA need to get this to floor, which they do, and they get the ball back. Out the back from Pajeda to Bo White, but it's going to be knocked forward. So GCU have been under pressure, but UCLA so far in the last 5 minutes or so had some really good opportunity inside the half of their visitors, but not come away with anything so far. They did get that first try though of the second half. There's now 12. Lachlan Jackson operating at number 8 in that scrum there, so back of all trade from the GCU centre. Olsen to Maka. Maka does well. Doesn't just run into contact. Finds a bit of space. Gets that ball away. Playing heads up rugby. Castanon. Oh, that's a lovely bit of hands, but it's not held on there by the 19 in Nigel Johnson. It's a great bit of handling from Will Strandberg. But his teammate wasn't maybe quite on the same wavelength, so knocked forward, and the Bruins once more get the ball back inside the GCU half. Midfield scrum, already said how devastating it can be for an attack to have. Ball will come in. Amos Jordan gets it away to Griffiths. Trying to see a bit of his footwork, the scrum half. As GCU continue to hold pretty firm in the defense. Penalty advantage for UCLA. Penalties now just mounting up for GCU. Keeping an eye potentially for the referee whether the volume of penalties might end up being another yellow card. GCU down a man at the moment. It was a late tackle from Vince McKeefery, the number 8 for GCU. So we're not too far off though. The end of that 10-minute sin bin, and GCU having not given up any points so far, it would probably be a positive for them. Kick from Griffiths is excellent. So that is going to be a line out on the 5-meter line, and really big opportunity for UCLA. They scored in the first half through a driving line out. Can they set one up here? Finding Liam Hill right at the back. Sacked well, brought down well legally by GCU, so the maul doesn't get going. Gutman takes the ball up. A big defense from GCU as the Bruins not on the same wavelength. Forwards coming around the corner, but it's passed into the back of a player, retreating player, and ball on the floor can't be controlled. And there's plenty of positives for UCLA in terms of some of their build-up play, but it's just that little bit of lack of execution that's let them down a bit this afternoon, but it's still 17 points tied game, so there is still 20 minutes left to execute and get some more points on the board. It's definitely been a UCLA territory and possession success in this second half so far, but they need to try and turn that success of territory and possession into points. Only one try coming in the opening couple of minutes of the second half. This is Neely's left foot. Great to see a left foot kicker. And it's a really good kick from the GCU fly half. Always remember in my playing day, not to bring it back to me, but seeing a right footer and a left footer kicker in a team gives so many options when playing, when exiting, as GCU were able to do so there. The line out, unfortunately, from Castro Vonk. The try scorer in the second half, the line out not going straight. Sophomore replacement hooker. Fortunately for him, not quite going to plan, as again, just another notch on the unforced errors for the Bruins this afternoon. So, GCU now, as it looks as though big number 8, Vince McKeefery, is back on the field. So they are back to having 15 men, full 15 on 15 now, as Olsen rips it away to the big carry of Lachlan Jackson. Castanon whips it out to Neely, wearing 10, but has mostly been in those outside channels as he finds Becker, who tries this afternoon. Good counter ruck from UCLA, and actually so good that it's won back by the Bruins. Griffiths notices there's a lot of space in the backboard. It's a good pick from the UCLA scrum half. It might sit up perfectly. Dan Reed gets on this and he's in. It's wonderful. Question marks whether he got the ball down in the end. We're not going to have the ability opportunity to go to a television match official, so I'll try and give you an honest assessment when we see the replay. But the try is given by the referee. Oh, wow. Sam Reed, wonderful chase. Great bit of soccer skills. It goes into his arms. But I've got to be honest, as he reached for the line, the GCU defender tackles Sam Reed, and I question whether that ball was grounded the right side of the try line. But anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. The referee deems that it was grounded, maybe just off line in time, so Sam Reed has the try. And Sam Reed has the conversion, and it will be a full 7 points, making it GCU 17, UCLA 24. Maybe we get another chance to look back at that try. As will that be a talking point later in the game? It was an excellent kick from Griffiths. Turnover from UCLA, kicks it downfield, bounces up away from Olsen, and Sam Reed does so well here to get his hands on the ball. But I got to call it now here. From what I saw my angle, that's the hit going on the width. And I think the UCLA, they got away with that one. No doubt UCLA fans will be screaming at me, no, Will, you can't be saying that. Just got to give an honest assessment. GCU, unfortunate, but anyway. Great bit of skill, though, from Sam Reed. He did everything right. Last-ditch defending, though, from GCU. Not rewarded, but the effort from Sam Reed rewarded for the try then as GCU get going. Here's Strasburg, far it out, Gray, the outside centre, plays it down to Zoli. A big winger gets taken into the sideline. It looks as though we have a player down, a bit of a head injury. Is that Max Griffiths? The big play had Freddie Jobber go down earlier in the first half. Harry Bennett will have his hands in his head, seeing some of his top performers being on the floor injured. So we're going to have a look at the last play. This is brilliant from Max Griffiths to see the space, the transition, the turnover ball. Ball sits up. Sam Reed chases it, does so well, hacking it on, the soccer stills. It lands in his hands, and look at that for defense from Lachlan Jackson. And that ball is spilt before going over the line. But the referee maybe couldn't quite get the angle from his position, so he gives the benefit of the doubt, which, you know, there's no TMOs here, television match officials for D1A matches, and it's important that the game keeps flowing. Referees are allowed to make decisions, so you're going to sometimes get that, and that's fine. It happens, and I'm sure me saying it's fine, GCU fans will say it's absolutely not fine, but it's the reality of the situation. Credit on the referee today. I think he's actually had a really strong game overall. So we just wait to see what is this situation with, I think it was Max Griffiths, who might have taken a bit of a shot to the head and neck area, which we really hope he's okay, as big Marcus Tazzoli, GCU winger, carried the ball into contact, bit of a freak accident. As all players just awaiting, hoping that Max Griffiths is okay. Looks like he's back on his feet. Really hope he, not quite back on his feet, but sitting up, which is good to see him responsive. Ultimately, he played a big factor in that kick, assist of the try, and I'm glad to see him leave the field, and rightly so, making sure he gets the attention he needs after what looked like a big collision. UCLA. This game against GCU today. They then have BYU on Thursday. It's another big game. GCU had BYU the other week, unfortunately just came up short, so doesn't get easier for the Bruins. Cal last week, GCU today, and then BYU on Thursday. Throwing it in there, it is Castrovon. Needs to find his man. And doesn't quite, so Olsen has a chance now. GCU with the turnover. Keeping it in the forwards. Working together strongly. Lachlan Jackson, the centre, who's coming to the forwards. He tries to get an offload away and doesn't find his man. And he looks frustrated. I imagine probably frustrated at himself. Didn't need to do that. The inside centre had a fine afternoon. The 12 for GCU today. Now some more replacements coming on. Looks like number 18 in Big Asher. Front row replacement. It's been an excellent front row afternoon by Dane Needham and Will Stransberg, the props, and then Maka as well. Really strong performances from the front row of GCU. So ball now in from the Bruins. Max Griffiths, of course, now off the field. The scrum half has started today, hoping he'll be okay. Great footwork from Luke Neely. He finds a little 2-on-1 chance for Tozzoli now to run through. GCU, 5 meters out. As Olsen tells his forwards to be patient, work together, pick and go. Repelled well by the Bruins. And it's knocked forward by GCU, so great defense in the end by UCLA. Fantastic counter-attack from Luke Neely, the fly half for GCU. And whilst I understand GCU trying to keep it tight in the forwards while they were close to the line, all their successes come from out wide. Wonder whether you want to try and stick to a game plan that has been going very well, even though it might be deemed as a little bit riskier. As now Sayaki, the 17, comes on. Big frame. The replacement front row. Now, 2 replacements on the field in the front row, so it's a fresh, pretty much a fresh pack forwards for GCU. Sizable as well. They're going to put a lot of pressure, I imagine, on this scrum. Ball goes in and away. Oh, White finds a good touch finder. Solid work from the Bruins fly half. We are just about 10 minutes remaining in this game this afternoon as Maka flies over the top and he finds Lachlan Jackson, a pre-planned move, that a Hail Mary you might want to call it. Spaces on out wide then, Tozzoli. Aggressive little runner, the winger gets the ball away to Jackson Gray. Maka. Busy afternoon from the hooker for GCU. Now, Olsen using his replacement runners. Nigel Johnson wearing 19. Neely playing flat and front ball to Jackson. Building some phases now is the GCU attack. Slowly moving forward. Neely to Johnson. He gets himself inside the Bruins 22. Great defense, though, from UCLA to strip the ball away. And if they can move it, it might be an overlap. Ken Query, wearing 23, is on the field. He picks the ball up. Bo White, want to play the ball downfield, away from the Bruins 22. Wide pass from Neely to Gray, who just smoothly jinks himself towards the UCLA players who they were holding off there in the defense. Maka, pick and go from the hooker. Pick and go from Tazzoli. He's getting involved now, the winger. Pumping his legs now is the GCU number 11. Olsen pulls it out the back. Neely with the footwork. Beats one. Keeps hold of the ball. Big moment now for GCU as they trail by 7 points. Looks like a free ball, penalty advantage coming for the visitors. Maka to Lachlan Jackson. Hands off one. He gets over, and the inside center for GCU cuts the ball down for their fourth try of the afternoon and a chance to make the conversion and level things up here in Los Angeles. Patient play from the Antelopes. Great awareness from Maka. He just pulls away from the breakdown, gets the ball to Lachlan Jackson, who's been brilliant this afternoon, the inside center. Holds off the defender with one arm and just gets himself over the line. An important conversion coming then. Luke Neely's left foot looks like it's going to be taking it. It's been between him and Tazzoli. Tazzoli took the first two in the first half, but now the fly half has a chance to make it a tied game. That looks great. It looks brilliant. You can hear the sigh of disappointment because that's the Bruins fans who saw that go straight through the middle. So Luke Neely adds the extras. It's GCU 24, UCLA 24 in this D1A matchup. Looks as though both benches have pretty much been unloaded. Sam Reed with this restart. We have just over 6 minutes remaining of the second half in an important college game today in the context of the D1A rankings, with no doubt being forged as we move towards March and towards those playoffs. And that ball is knocked on 10 from Sam Reed. Another unforced error by the Bruins, and whatever happens this afternoon, whether they win or lose, I think Coach Harry Bennett will be looking at his side happy in many aspects, but also probably saying to his boys, being in control of their own destiny at times. It's the unforced errors that has just mounted up as this game has gone on. Will it bite them later on? We shall see. Quick to mention number 22, that's Di Matteo, who's on for the injured Max Griffiths. Hoping that he is okay. That injury he took a few moments ago. McKeefer gets it to Olsen. For the try scorer, Lachlan Jackson, but this is great. Great tackle coming in from Sam Reed. As GCU find themselves back inside the Bruins 22. It's their momentum now, the visitors. Maka, great little pass away to Sayaki. Calls for holding on, but referee doesn't give it. McKeefer to Lachlan Jackson, who gets the pass away, but doesn't find the man. So Bruins managed to turn it over, and what looked like was building into something good for GCU, it's just knocked on. Great tackle from Sam Reed. He was the last man in the defensive line. You've got to be able to make those one-on-ones, and especially on someone like Jackson Gray, he would have been away. As we just take a quick water break, someone who's potentially down in this last 5 minutes. Great to have you here joining us on TVX Sports Video. Fantastic game we've had this afternoon. It is 4 tries apiece. GCU 24, UCLA 24 in this D1A CRAA action. Two great programs, college rugby. There we go. Just waiting. I'm hoping to see not another player leave the field. We've had a few injuries today for UCLA. So GCU just knocking the ball on, and UCLA will have the putting into the scrum. Just looking ahead, I'll mention how UCLA have a tough game against BYU for GCU. Noticing that they've got Cal on Monday the 16th of February at home. Big game for them against arguably the ones to beat in the D1A championship, the reigning champions, Cal Berkeley. It would help them massively for their confidence if they could get a win here on the road. Chris O'Brien's men. It's a tied game, so it's all coming down to this last 5 minutes or so remaining. We have this stoppage in play. It's a good opportunity to maybe remind you of what's been going on, particularly in this second half. Here we have it. This was the try from UCLA. Fantastic work from Sam Reed to get there, use his soccer skills, pick up the ball, but Lachlan Jackson gets what you think would have been a try-saving tackle. It wasn't. The try was given, but it was Lachlan Jackson who then responded for GCU, getting that try, leveling things up. And that's why it is a tie game at 24 points apiece. This will happen 5 meters out from the line. UCLA ball. Still wait for the injured man, looks like from UCLA. So yeah, when I looked at GCU's lineup then for their calendar, Cal at home, University of Utah also at home, then get on the road with a game, Utah Valley. As for the Bruins, BYU, then University of San Diego, USD. Great to see the Toreros in D1A action before they then also have some really tough games in the back end of February into March. University of Arizona, St. Mary's College, one after the other. So every game obviously matters, but every game is challenging in this D1A conference. Great to have you with us on TVX Sports Video. No doubt if you're rugby fans, you've had a busy morning. Maybe you've watched a bit of Six Nations action. That getting underway this weekend. Winter Olympics underway. Plenty of sport going on, and then there is a certain Super Bowl tomorrow. So we've still got a bit of a wait here on the field, and actually it looks as though we have some paramedics on display taking care of the player who's down. Really hope that he's okay, but maybe a chance to take a look at the tries, because there's been some brilliant ones today, and it all started off with GCU, and it was flung out from Neely to Gray, back to Neely, who got it to Becker. This was Becker's first try of his afternoon. It was a great start for GCU. Conversion just hit the crossbar. And then again, really being effective when they've opened up the attack into those wide channels. Tazzoli to Gray, and Gray once more involved in another try, and another try to Camille Becker. So that was GCU's second try of the match, and they took a 10-0 lead. And then the Bruins in the first half got their maul going. That was their first try. But it was GCU who did respond. And finally, UCLA, they had the last try of the first half. Seamus Jordan coming onto the field, making an impact as soon as he was on the pitch. And then it's been UCLA. They started things really, really well. Try coming in, Castro Vonk. And we've already mentioned, I've probably mentioned enough for this try from Sam Reed. It was given, although I think if we had a replay television match official, I'm sure it would have not been given. But Lachlan Jackson then responded for GCU, and the conversion was good.
Come on, Bruins!
So 4 tries apiece, 2 conversions on each side as well. So that's why we have a 24-point tied-up game. As we see at the bottom of your screen, the player leaving with the paramedics, but looks to be responsive and looks to be okay, sending our very best to him. And it's been a physical afternoon. A couple of players, UCLA players, poor Harry Bennett. And the Bruins head coach, his roster taking a bit of hurting. So we probably have about 4 minutes remaining in this second half. It's 24 points apiece. GCU, they're coming off the back of a loss against BYU in their last game. UCLA coming off the back of a loss against Cal in their last game. So both these programs know what this means to get a win in this contest. Di Matteo will get the ball in from the scrum. Right then, here we go, important scrum. UCLA need to get this out. Decide to make a first carry, just open up that angle a little bit more for Bo White, as we'll go back to him. And a good kick away, making sure he finds touch, the Australian from Scots College in Sydney. Operated well today, the fly half for the Bruins. GCU now with the throw into the line out. We really are coming towards the last few minutes of this second half. Short line out. That's spilt. UCLA with some good defense. As the sun beats down here in Southern California at the UCLA Wallens-Annenberg Stadium. Could it be a moment of genius from some of those X-Factor players? Caden Hartley wearing 13 for the Bruins, or Sam Reed in those outside channels. As the ball comes into the scrum. Di Matteo just waits, and there's going to be a reset. As the clock runs down, won't be stopped. UCLA don't probably want to play or keep the ball for too long in this scrum. GCU look like they've definitely had the upper hand overall in the set piece. Eco Timoteo covering for Max Griffiths, who was one of those UCLA players who had to leave with injury, but Timoteo, fair play to him, can cover 9, can cover 10, covered 10 last week, and also can cover 15. So more than happy to step up. Looks as though Liam Hill is in the back line there, helping out, making sure all is secured. O White kicks it long downfield. The ball is kept in play. Talking of long, that's a long pass out to Gray, the outside centre for GCU. Can he steal it for Grand Canyon? A reminder, in that game against BYU in their last match, the Cougars just stole it away from GCU, so they know, unfortunately, all about losing it in the last play. Can they turn the tide here and sneak it? Luke Neely has a penalty and decides to go for the corner. The left footer with a very good touch kick, but questioning whether maybe going for the post, going for 3 points and take the lead might have been an option, but certainly from the way he struck the conversion, the last conversion, to level the game up. But anyway, decision has been made and he kicks it to the corner, finds a good territory gain. So 7 or 8 meters out for GCU with the ball coming in to the line out. Going all the way to the back, not contested. So GCU can set this maul up as they get it going forward. Repelled well by the Bruins. Picked up from McKeefery. As now they're going to keep this tight. It's going to be a pick and go. The time is up on our clock. Wondering whether the referee still has some added time, though, on his watch. Ball out from the scrum half. Olsen, was that not forward? It was decided it wasn't. Gray there moves it out wide. It's 2-on-1. Not finding his man. GCU nearly over the line here. They are a couple of meters reaching out. Last-ditch defense for the Bruins. Will this be the try? If it goes over, that wins the game at the end for GCU. It's up, it's over, and they've got it! Wow! The try comes in from GCU. And there you go. A potential knock-on, though, from a few passages before. Wasn't given by the referee. UCLA players certainly asking about it. But the referee played on. And in the end, patience near the line. The try comes over. And I wonder whether there is any time left on the clock after Luke Neely attempts the conversion. We have had some injuries, and our clock here on this stream may not be completely in line with the referees. Neely likes it. It's good. And it's 31-24. There is still time left as GCU, a reminder that they scored right near the end of the game against BYU in their last game, thinking that they had won the match then. Only then for the Cougars an extra time to get the win. For UCLA, can they have a similar story and get a try to, a converted try would need to be to level things up. Here, what a contest we've had in this clash. Ball was up, short kickoff, but taken. And it might be the last play of the game as it goes back to Neely and BCU have a brilliant victory on the road here at UCLA This time it's not a heartache at the end. It's congratulations to Grand Canyon with a massive win. And there you have it. What an afternoon. GCU getting that last try, coming at the end. Questionable decision. Was it knocked forward on a passage of play just before this ball came out to the edge? Referee let play on. And in the end, it was patience from the Antelopes. And getting over, number 16 it was, Danny Sanchez. The replacements making a strong impact. Keeping it tight, keeping it close to the line. And eventually, it was the number 16 who managed to wriggle over for the last try of the day. So a great contest here at UCLA as the visitors, GCU, have won it 31 points to 24 here in D1A action. Thanks for joining us here on TVX Sports Video. I've been Will Hooley. Love the progress and development and everything about college rugby getting better and better. These two programs showing just that. So from me and TVX Sports Video, thank you for joining in. GCU get this one right at the end. Until next time, goodbye.